is if, anyway, my point being, when you're in a situation when you want a guard pass, what they're doing with their guard is the legs, right? The legs there. So in theory, you could attack for leg locks. And it just depends on what rule set there is. So obviously, sub only, world's your oyster, heel hooks the lot, right? It's all there. But in gi, we're restricted, and if you're up to purple belt, you can only do straight ankle, really. But there's different kinds of straight ankles. And then after that, you two should also be fully aware of your knee bars and your toe holds, right? So we'll cover all those hopefully today as well. And we'll look at the leg lock and the guard that the bottom person wants to get a leg lock on you, right? Which is single leg X. So I've got a Wayne, and he's doing single leg X on me. Okay. All right. That is your gateway to all the leg locks that are in the repertoire. It's not the only entry, but it's one of the gateways. Even basic gi rules, that's a nice, if you wrap around and he does a nice sweep on me, and he's got a ankle and he's there. It's so effective. Okay, so we want to avoid that to get out of this. So what I see a lot when people get caught is they just do this, you really lock it in. By the time you're wrapping around here, you're already going to be swept, or he's reached for something else, usually the X guard. You can transition here to X guard here, and there's other sweeps and locks and things from here. So you want to avoid this. So what we need to do is create a stiff arm like this and grab higher up, not at the heel. This is the strong point. Here, push away, separate, and start. You'd be lucky to get mount from there. To be honest, you're just better off just to get out. So that's your first drill. Grab, push, open, out. Try both legs, you don't get a choice of how the single leg is. This one is the open one, this one is the pushing, and you want to create that. What you don't want is him to grab your hand as well, your leg, because that's what helps in the sweep. So you want to get out of that, create the angle, look how far I'm bending, open, and we're out of it. Purple belts. Okay. Lock from there. That's nice. Yeah. It looks like a straight ankle lock. It's not. It's more of a heel lock. I'll show you that again. You can all try that. Be very careful. We'll do this one. Yeah. So this, once it's locked in, it's quite hard to get. You could try and do it. Jeremy Skinner shows this one, he did this in Polaris. But it's better if you do it before the leg lock. So as he comes in, catch, and it just looks like a straight ankle lock. Okay, but we're twisting that heel outwards, which twists the knee, and effectively what you're doing is the same as a heel hook here. But it's the same grip, which is why if you do this in competition, it's legal. It's a straight ankle lock. Especially if you just make it look like a straight ankle lock, which is this. And you can even fall to the ground and continue the lock from there. So sorry, you've got me talking, just to recap. Your two options are out, here, or fall here, and he's trapped. His leg is underneath mine. As soon as you start going back. Yeah. And it's that. If you do it fast like that, the referee will just go, well done, straight ankle lock. But actually, it's that twisting. That's what the mechanism is. Everyone looks really scared. I'm very sorry. I frightened you on a Sunday morning with an evil foot lock. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, let's all get in. The De La Riva guard is where they have the outside leg wrapping in. We'll do a shallow one for now, okay, just so it's a little easier. He usually has a grip on my leg here, and there's usually a grip on my arms or something, usually collar, but you try and keep your upper body away. But because you want to grip back, he'll grip you back. And then he's usually doing something with that leg, usually placing on that leg to ward me off. And the idea with the De La Riva guard is invented because the larger people would try and crush people, and this was invented to keep me on my side. When I'm on my side, I'm like wobbling on a tightrope. That's the idea. And this gauges the distance. So let's look at the traditional way to try and pass this guard
and then we're going to look at the, I can't be bothered to pass, I'm going to leg locking version. So anyway, my foot, my toes are pointing there, I don't want them there, I want them pointing there. So I'm going to just point them out, and as I point my toes out, my knee pops out, and I straighten my leg, and out pops this ankle. That's the most annoying part of it. It helps if you're also grabbing here. Doesn't matter what he does with his hand, all right? My next concern, I invaded my knee here, so he can't get that De La Riva hook back again. So he tries to get a hook in it, and he's just waving it. I'll turn around so you can see the next one. This leg is now a problem. A very simple way to deal with this leg is to just press down. And we're going to shift our weight outwards, away from the trouble area here. Here, and then you have a number of options from there. Probably the simplest thing is to drag that leg across, and your weight is on them, and you slide them across, and you pick it up into whatever you're feeling. Spin it around so you can see what's going on with the leg. So De La Riva is there. And originally I stood in this sort of manner, which is actually really bad for me, good for him, because I'm very in that sort of wobbling angle, especially if he's using something to do this, or picking it up underneath here, or he has control over me. Grip, doesn't matter if he grips me back. What I want to do is point my toes outwards if I can, which also helps me point my knee out, and you feel the tension on that De La Riva. I like to lift my bum up, which creates a space, and then replace it with my knee. And you can't get this back in again. Now we have the problem with this one. The V shape. Again, make a little space. You can sit on that if you want. Now this is called headquarters, so now he's kind of stuck. And there's so many options. There's like, I don't know, 30, 40 ways to deal with it from here. Simplest thing is I'm going to slide over there. Yeah, like this. And we take over the side position from there. I might as well go into the, is it purple down above friendly? Okay, so here, it's not gripping me. I'm just gonna do the same thing again, pop it out, but I can't get rid of it because this is quite strong. Here, I'm going to back step, sit, and start taking the knee bar. And hook ups. Let's spin it this way. De La Riva guard, same thing, this shouldn't be a problem, you should be able to do this one. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to back step, sit on him. Usually they cross their legs to protect. You're going to bring both legs with you. It doesn't matter, you still get the knee bar, two versions, back of the head, underarm, finish the knee bar. Nope. Everyone else, don't worry about the knee bar, just do the guard pass. Okay, good luck. So just going back to the idea of popping that leg out, for the back step, we want to sit on the belt line, and then as we bring the other leg back, we're in what we call inside sankaku, right, where I'm triangling the legs there. Now, there's a lot of talk about this because this is the position we come to leg lock class where I would attack for the heel hook. But because this is a gi class, it's illegal to do this in gi competitions. But there's nothing to stop you from attacking this leg. I'm just going to get a straight ankle lock from here. And there's a black belt friend of mine, Chris. He did this in a black belt competition because they're just not used to this. The referee's looking at it, he's looking at the ref going, and the ref's going, legal. If you touch this leg, the referee will disqualify me. Even if it looks like I'm going for a strike club, which you wouldn't do, but anyway, that's illegal. I cannot attack this leg, what we call the primary leg. But I can attack the free leg according to the rules. We're talking gi IBJJF rules. At white belt, you can go for the straight ankle. Brown belt on the above, any other legal footlock. I just did a toe hold, or a version of it called a Portugal toe hold. Want to play with that? Yes, please. Legal, and you might as well know because they're going to do it to you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, let's go. One of the tricky guards is knee shield half guard for so knee shield half guard is a very, very good guard. I encourage you from white belt onward to work on this guard because it does everything. It keeps me away. It defends his area. I want to get head control underhooks. It's really tricky to try and pass. Okay. Okay, so I'd encourage it. And the hook here, and even if I try to get out, it leads on to so many other guards. In the world of brown belts and black belts, you can do toe holds, which are mean. Okay, you guys can practice that one. But we have to learn to pass this basically normal way. I have a favourite way, but for now I'll keep it simple. Grab, stand up, invade with your, just like you did with El Riva, with your knee and your elbow here. And we're sitting headquarters, so we're sitting in a thing. And then from here, I'm just going to push and escape here. That's the sort of very basic nuggets of the class. I'll show you again here. So this is the position that you're finding yourself in a pickle with. We're going to cup. If you can't grip, then cup. I need to hide my elbow under here ultimately, but for now, we're going to make his knees point to the sky, and I'm going to fill the space with my elbow and my thigh here. Interesting, he's formed into a reversed El Riva, which I was going to cover today, but I don't. So for now, it's enough to just move the leg out of the way. For Dean, you can do the toe hold, and roll over the shoulder, and back to the shoulder. I'll do it with someone so you can see it. Hey, Jim. Who doesn't like their toes? Okay, when the knee shield is like on your shoulder, it's quite hard to get that. So if you encourage him to get that across here, and here, it's nice. Nick shows this and he finishes with one here, and he's very violent. He just goes like that. It won't break, it's fine. But it's painful enough to abandon the thing. If you want to be flashy, we're going to roll shoulder to the ground, trap the legs, and bring that to finish the shoulder. Bring that. Yeah. That's for you. So choose your partner. Yes, probably a little one. Everyone else. Just move that leg up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, let's go. The last one for today.